Hey there, Susan here, doing a bit of a check-in and a bit of a share on where I'm at with regards to the virus and moving forward. I know that I am itching and a lot of people are itching to get back out there and get back into what feels maybe like a bit more of a normal life, although I think everybody kind of agrees it won't be what it was. And yet people are afraid, right? We're afraid. And it's not surprising. If you look at the narrative that's been communicated through mainstream media, it's been one of fear. And I think I'm at a point now of kind of looking at that and looking at the facts and wanting to move forward. And sort of saying, okay, so what can we do about this, right? We can either choose to live in a bubble and be afraid and, and maybe wait for what we think is going to be the thing that gives us this safety or security net again. And who knows how far down the road that is. Or we can acknowledge and empower ourselves with this with information and with what we know could actually help in terms of moving forward and moving out there. So, listen, I know people who have been sick with this and including people who are middle-aged, parents, children. And if we look at the data a bit more objectively, we can see that, and certainly in Canada, a huge proportion of the cases of people who have been ill with COVID-19 have come from long-term care facilities. And, it's horrible. And of course, we feel for them and for the families. But then if we look at, the less than 25% of people who aren't in those facilities who have gotten sick, what are the risk factors associated with that? And that data is now coming out. And I think it's so important for us to look at that. Majority of those cases had comorbidities or co-factors, reasons pre-existing why their bodies were more susceptible and showed symptoms of the virus. And maybe even had a harder time moving through the virus. We're not hearing of the success cases, right? And there are people actually of all ages who, first of all, are asymptomatic. So may have been exposed to the virus, had the virus, fought the virus with their immune systems, but also who knew they had the virus and who had a shorter length of illness. So, that's the place I'm at, which is looking at, I want our family to get back into society. And, there's a risk that we will be exposed to this virus. Well, I'm of the belief that nature made my body and built my immune system in such a way that I stand a chance to fight this virus and be successful. And I want that for myself and I want that for my family and, for my children. How can I make it so that I'm not ill for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but it's maybe a few days, same with children who are dealing with this. The average length of stay can be 1 to 2 weeks in a hospital, but there are success cases documented of children who move through it in 2 to 3 days. And what can we do about this? Well, I've been doing some research and, and I'm happy to share this. So I'm at a point of saying to you, if this is something you want to empower yourself with, let me know, because I'm going to pull that together for my family and I am happy to share that with you. This is not about selling something. This is not about a program I want to enlist you in, right? Selling you some supplements, although that is totally my thing. This is beyond that. This is really wanting to, from a very deep place, empower people with information so that they can move forward and remember and recognize that their body was built to deal with health and to fight illness. And what we need to do is nourish it, give it the tools that it needs. If there was ever a time in your life where you felt, I probably should focus a little bit more on my health or do those healthy things that, whatever I've been hearing about, now is the time. This is the time. This is the time to awaken to that, right? To rise up. Okay, so looking at the things that you can shift so that you can move forward and you can feel empowered, not afraid of moving back into society. Because here's the thing, you could be exposed to any virus, including, the COVID-19, the virus that causes COVID-19, and you can deal with it. You can fight it and you can be okay. That's the place I'm at. So if that resonates, please let me know, because I'm in the time that I have, I'm going to pull that stuff together. I'm just going to check and see if there was anything else that I wanted to, to mention. No, I jotted a couple things down. Okay. Giving the body what it needs, right? Doesn't that make sense? So that we can move forward and not be afraid and know that our body can deal with this. And I'm not talking about just eating your fruits and veggies. I mean, there are, researchers, medical doctors, natural functional medicine doctors as well, who are actively doing research and collecting data on what it is right now that can strengthen the immune system to better deal with specifically COVID-19, right? So there are certain supplements, there are certain vitamins and nutrients that we know will actually give us a greater level of success for dealing with this. That is amazing. Why wouldn't we be applying this to our life? Okay, that's where I'm at. That's all I got. And, it's about moving forward with that. Okay? Awesome. Chat soon.